This was my old office for 11 years. But prior to that, this was Dave Lalonde's office. And to me, it was always him. And I still feel, Dave's presence in here. Different places that we've traveled around. Montreal, 2001, and San Diego when the SC launched. When Toyota was involved in the F1, we were there. And then as we grew, some of the other brands, for example, Mercedes out in Barcelona and then Japan. This has brought back a lot of memories, and certainly miss being here for sure. '73, it was just the Toyota showroom. Back then it was quite small. There was nothing across the street, just fields. And then in 1990, we started construction with Don Valley North Lexus, and I was here. And I remember that it was hoarded off, and you couldn't see what was inside, but you were excited to see what was coming up. And to this day, I still think it's one of the most iconic buildings that, I feel anyways. We've worked here for a long time. Just the way they did the Lexus and the Toyota together, it was a very magical address for us, and it worked out great.
When I first started back in 1995, I think it was May, our shop was together actually. Lexus was on this side. We had about 6 bays, and then the rest was all Toyota. But I did start off with a car wash, actually a driver, then a car wash, detailing, then Don Valley gave me an opportunity whether I need to go into the shop as a tech or become an advisor, and then at that time I chose an advisor. It's funny that when I first started here, I didn't know that this company is actually based, home base from my hometown in Yokohama, where I was born.
Here, come take a listen. Every time somebody walks through it, it makes a loud squeaking noise, and I can hear that from my office there, and that's what tells me that the service department is busy today, so I'm gonna miss that.
Don't you miss being able to smoke in your office, though? Remember those days?
I do.
Yeah. We had a room dedicated to smoking. Can you imagine?
I remember a couple of days after the COVID shutdown, I'd invited a customer to come to the showroom to finish closing a deal. So when I got here, the management says, no, you can't have anyone in the showroom. I said, well, the customer was already here and his trade-in is here. Can't we appraise the trade-in? And we did our deal by passing papers saying, here, sign this. Pass it back and sign that, okay? So we did our whole deal by passing papers through the crack in the front door.
And when I was walking through service one day, somebody mentioned that he was from New Liskeard because they knew I was from North Bay. It's further than North Bay.
Wow.
And I went over and started to talk to him and explain to him that I was from North Bay, and it turns out that he owned a bookstore that I used to always go to.
Oh, wow.
But he would drive all the way down here.
That's dedication.
To service his car.
Wow.
We became quite good friends, and then all of a sudden he stopped showing up, and I found out that he sold his vehicle.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he passed away. You never know.
And I think it was in 2003 when we had the entire eastern seaboard had the blackout, and we had cars lined up on steels. Customers couldn't drive anywhere. We had cars in the shop that were open, couldn't put them back together, cars up on hoists. Power was down for 30 hours. I remember after about 2 hours of this, I knew that we were going to have customers coming in. We'd have to give them cars. I gave Impom, one of our SST guys, $100 to go next door to the sushi place because I knew their fridge wasn't going to be working. And I said, we're going to be here for a long time, get what you can. He came back with almost the entire restaurant worth of food. And what we did is we had the food laid out for all the customers. We had customers coming in off the street that had run out of gas. We'd give them a car. We'd take their driver's license, their credit card information, and give them a car so they can get home. It was a scary time, but we just sort of stuck together, had fun, fed them, and we got through it. And then by mid-afternoon the next day, we were open again. But the proudest things I have is I've met so many great friends here. Some of my best friends no longer work here, but we've traveled all over the world. We've had people that come up to me still and said, I used to work at Don Valley. What a great place. It was a lot of fun. We worked hard. We made money, but we learned and learned and learned. And people to this day that are still in the car business feel that the Valley was the university of the car business. And if you came through here, that was cool. So I've always been proud about that.
We've broken a ton of sales records and service records in this building. And when I say we, I mean really everybody else. But We've broken tons of sales records, not just within our group, but Toyota Canada sales records, Lexus Canada sales records. But I think I'd be most happy with the successes that we've been able to provide our people. And this building is a testament to those kinds of successes, really for our people more than anything.
I would agree with that. Just watching children of employees joining us now and moving up in the organization too, the opportunities for growth.
Right, we have a
Makes
few
me very proud.
Yeah, multiple generations in some cases, right?
This has been my workplace for the last 9 years, and I'm going to miss it a lot, but frankly, it's just glass and walls. It's the people inside that matters, and all those people that are working here every day are coming with me to the temporary location, and they'll do what they always do. And as you all see, that temporary location is really quite amazing on its own, so we're really lucky, and I'm really looking forward to this new chapter.
I think I'm just going to miss the building in general because I grew up here. And watching it change and growing up with the building. I mean, I know there's going to be a new building, but it's still...
Home away from home?
Home away from home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know for sure I'm going to get choked up when this goes down because this is where I started back in 1989. I owe so much to this location, to the people I've worked with. Seeing it's just a reminder of where I came from and where a lot of us came from. And I think that it's always going to be in here, but when it's gone, it's gone, right? But that's part of life. That's part of change. You have to change. Things have to evolve. We're gonna build a spectacular building here to serve our customers, our guests, take care of our associates. It's going to be world class, and there'll be a picture of this dealership in that place, and probably we'll have some little mementos spread out in the new building, but I'm definitely going to miss it. So you're asking me if I want to sit here one more time. Do you want to see me cry on TV?